Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity the Rock Reactor back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. We got my man Frank Zappa. But this time, he's coming with the mothers. The mothers. I love that. The mothers. The mothers of invention. I wanted to see this. The mothers. I just love that. I love the title. Now, Frank Zappa's a weird one. He's an awkward one. But don't get it fucked up. Frank Zappa is a talented, or was, God bless his soul, God rest his soul. May he rest in peace. He was a talented one. No fucking question about it. Frank Zappa was talented. Was it the last one? There was one that I did. He was just playing guitar. It wasn't even no lyrics. And he was ripping it. He was killing that guitar. So there is a method to his madness. That's what I said on the last one. There is a method to his madness. Frank Zappa is talented. Like the first one I did, and I laughed because this guy, he makes you feel all different ways. He makes you want to rock, but then he makes you laugh at the same time, and then you don't know what to make of him. Basically, I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't know what to make of him. But he gives you all these feelings because he does make you laugh because he's weird. You know, the first person, and a viewer didn't like this comparison to Weird Al Yankovic. And Weird Al Yankovic, I was told by some of the commenters, one of them, that was his idol. And I mentioned that the first time I ever heard the name Frank Zappa was from Weird Al Yankovic. He mentioned him, I think, in an interview or something. But yeah, you could see the similarity in the way that they're like humorous and a little bit alternative, a little bit awkward. They're weird music, whatever you want to call it, but it's out of the norm. I like Frank Zappa because I think Frank Zappa was way ahead of his time. And there's a lot of, if you really look at it, there's going to be a lot of Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa, I believe, influenced a lot of people. A lot of people. There's a lot of little Frank Zappas out there. I'm sure of that. Weird Al Yankovic was one. The only difference is that Weird Al Yankovic did parodies. But anyway, guys, let's get right to it, man. If you haven't already, guys, please subscribe to my channel. Because I could go on and on and on and on and on. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button if you like this video. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention live at Whisky. A Go-Go. Whisky A Go-Go. This is 1968. Let's get right to it. Wow, 1968.
A bunch of pom-pom girls look down their noses at me. They had painted tons of posters, I had painted 3. I hear the secret whispers everywhere I go. My school spirit is at an all-time low.
My school spirit is at an all-time low.
Those wonderful dances in El Monte, if only they would have those dances again, I would know where to find you and all my old friends, because the Shields would sing just you and me in heaven and paradise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Night Owl.
question for those of you that go back, my old timers, my older timers, because I'm an old timer, but my older timers that are watching. Back in the days, I'm looking at the scenery. See, today, you can't, you're kind of afraid to go out like this because somebody's going to get shot, stabbed, killed. Even in my country's even worse. But I'm not going to get into all that. But as far as the violence, the anti-socialness, people fighting, maybe there was fights back then, but how was the environment as far as safety back in the day, as far as peaceful? Was it more peaceful back in the days? It probably was, but how was it, guys? I mean, I look at it, I'm like, damn, those people look like they going out there to really have a good time, because nowadays, you set to go out to have a good time, but you end up, most of the time, you end up not having a good time, because if it doesn't happen, something doesn't happen with you, something happens with somebody else, where you see the violence and you see all the chaos, and you end up not having, which is something totally the opposite of having fun. So please let me know how that was back in those days, back in 1968, for those that were around.
Cohen on direction. Hungry freaks. They won't go on no more. Great Midwestern hardware store. Philosophy that turns away. Those who aren't afraid to say what's on their mind.
Oh my God. Guys, please explain to me what the hell is going on here.
Behind of the great society.
What the hell? Guys, please explain, what am I watching? These people are dancing, rolling on the floor. Is this a way of dancing back in the days? This was 1968. This was what? Over 50 years ago? Yeah, way over 50 years ago. This is a long time ago. I said 50 years ago, and I'm 50, and this was 1968. I was born, 7 years later, so this is like 57 years ago. know, was there a big acid trip culture back in the days? Because if you look at this, maybe I'm wrong and I don't want to disrespect anybody. I did do my share of acid during my high school days. My first drugs and stuff when you experiment with weed and I remember the mescalines and of course the acid stamps. So I do know how people act when people are on these things, and this looked like they're on that acid trip. Look, she has a doll. I would love for somebody to explain to me what is really going on here. What's up with the hugging and that? Is that a form of a dance? It seems like everybody here is on an acid trip, guys. That's what it just seems to me. But at the same time, I'm thinking these were awesome days. These were crazy days. These were great times, it seems. I could tell. The reason why is because if you really compare this to now, you don't see nobody there trying to act tough. You don't see anybody there trying to pick a fight. You see everybody that's going here going for the main purpose of being in this place, to have a good time and enjoy yourself. And I envy that, man. I envy those times, man. And sometimes I say that I'm glad that I'm an old man around this time because everything is so different. Like you go to a club and you don't really go to, and not everybody's there to do the same thing. Some people are there to have a good time, but some people are there to not have a good time, to spoil it for everybody else, to fuck it up for everybody else. So when I look at this, it's like, wow. Wow, man, how times have changed. Look, it seems like everybody there's just on an acid trip, just mellowed out, like zoned out. Everybody there's just zoned out,
I would like to present you Frank Zappa with these wings.
And the mothers. I feel like I'm in the party too.
Miss Della has asked to be beaten with this here belt.
Oh man,
and
this is too crazy.
So we will oblige her later. Just sort of beat the shit out of her a little bit later in the show.
Okay. Oh my God.
How about this, Della? It's too little, huh? You want a real belt. Belt you get. Reminds me of New York.
Look at that. Look at
All
that.
right,
Look
this
at
is
that.
a song that
Look at that. That's something that you have never seen. I have never seen before. Look what he put his cigarette. Look, I have never, guys, please let me know what am I watching. See, this is the first time I see this. This is crazy. Look at that.
All right, this is a song that we've been working on in secret for a while now. We're gonna make an attempt to
There's a
record it.
cigarette
If
right
we mess
there.
it up, we'll just stop and do it over again. It doesn't have a name yet, but doesn't really need one. Thank you.
Uh-oh, here comes the whipping. And here I am talking about no violence back in the days. Well, this is a way that you guys did violence. Then I guess it was a fun way. But here I am talking about there was no. It doesn't look like anybody went over there to pick a fight or anything and talk about the no violence policy or the no violence culture back in the days. I guess I was wrong. But this is, like I said, this is a fun way. Because this is consenting violence. to say something. Any hip-hop heads is watching. I wonder how many times Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention have been sampled in hip-hop songs, and I've heard it and just don't know it. By the DJ Premiers, the P Rocks, the Alchemists, the DJ Mark, the 45 Kings. Who knows how many times they've sampled it? Because I hear it. As I hear the band, it's like I've heard some of the sounds before. I don't know why. But this was great, guys. Anybody that knows about this experience, please let me know in the comments, guys, because this is something that I read when somebody writes comments saying their experience, whoever went to one of these concerts or been to any Frank Zappa concerts or know about the activities that was going on in this concert, people rolling around on the floor, people just going crazy. It wasn't an acid trip. I don't mean to offend anybody by saying acid trip, but it does seem like it was an acid trip. There's nothing wrong with that because back in the days, the drug culture was popular, just like it is now. But like I said, let me know about that culture, man. Let me know about that. The only thing I could say, the most important thing that I could say about all this is that they were having fun. Everything was consenting. Everybody was there at peace. Everybody seems to have gone there for the same purpose of having a good time and enjoying themselves. Probably taking the load off of work, kicking back and just basically enjoying themselves. And I love that. Guys, anything Frank Zappa, make sure you guys send it my way. Any requests, any recommendations, make sure you send it my way. Any feedback, please make sure you keep it respectful. Please support my channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Peace, love, and God bless.